first edition of All Holes Filled with Kat and Larry. Woo! Yeah.
I feel like we need to take shots. These are my invisible shots.
Hey, we're going places. We might not get it on and pop in all the way the first time. I mean, we're just kind of figuring it out as we go along.
And I have some friends with me. You want to see?
I sure do.
Have the jeweled
Oh,
trainee one.
wow.
I know, isn't she cute? Yes, all the way. And then I have my other friend. So if you ever say anything naughty,
The discipline, if you will.
yes. So cheers to you.
Yeah.
On our premiere. Oh,
I
you
got
need
some
water?
water in
Go
a
get your
pink cup.
water. I have my soda. So we'll cheers. Cheers.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess this is the premiere edition, so we might as well talk about why. Why are we filling all these holes?
Because we are more than just wrestling people. We are more. We are sexual people. And
Hmm.
what's better than talking about sex and violence? Kind of just go hand in hand.
Well, it's funny that you mentioned that because I guess this all kind of came from the Rob Black show,
Yeah.
and oftentimes how that will just go off the rails, and we'll be talking about a lot of very adult things, but not wrestling.
Yeah. I
So
know.
I think that the two communities of like bodies and oil and crashing together, and yeah, that climax, I think it just goes together.
Yeah. The sweat and the tears and the prize at the end. And we
I
all
mean,
love a good pop.
Kat, like, just to be as organic as possible, I sent you a clip. I sent you a clip position and like orgasming. So I just think that they're married. The two cultures are married, but we don't bring it up because it's taboo, you
The
know?
most natural
Um,
thing is still the most taboo thing to talk about.
right. You
And just
know,
like
we
everybody
all
does it.
discover that. We discover it, and then it becomes like kind of like wrestling.
Yep.
Kind of like wrestling in a lot of ways. Like, you know,
Yeah, it's very
so
similar. Me and Rob always have the talk of being how the sex, the other industry is just like wrestling because personality. All you're doing is just putting men in place of the women.
right. Right. Yeah.
Oh, you're part of
Yeah.
those
So
manly wrestlers that are all like, "Rah, rah, rah." It's like the same thing.
it's almost like, you know, you could see Schlack on the cover of a wrestling DVD or a porn, and it would be perfectly natural.
Who would he
You
even
know?
work for? Raging Stallion. They're the ones that
Oh,
yeah, they're the ones that
yeah.
do the big grizzly men, right?
Burly like
Yeah.
bears. Yeah.
Yeah. That'd be
Yeah. Schlack he'd be perfect.
oh, he would be the most perfect he would get a contract, like one of those like forever long contracts. They'll be like, please just stay with us forever.
Hell
I
yeah.
obviously
You
have a
know,
thing for pimping out guys' assholes, apparently.
yeah, yeah. You're a madam. You have the blood of a madam in you.
Like, bend over, let's get this money going, come on.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. It's just like the other night you were talking about being a reverse cuck.
Oh,
You
yes.
know, you were mentioning that with your husband.
Mhm. Yes,
Yeah, you know,
I
and
I think it's hot. I like
yeah.
I'm, both, I guess you can say. I don't know if exhibitionist would be the right term, but I'm like voyeur. But I think that's why we watch porn is because you're obviously getting off on watching others, so it's just a natural thing that happens. But yeah, so I definitely like a watching factor. But my thing is I like to watch like strangers opposed to people I know. It's more
Mm.
alluring. Mhm.
Yeah, how about have you ever been in a living situation where you were hearing your roommates bang
Oh,
in the
of
other room?
course.
Yeah.
I think when you're in your, like, 20s or if you ever have a roommate that you are not necessarily involved with, but you get to listen to them, I think that's kind of fun. And I had many roommates and many, like, "Why were you so loud last night?" Like, I'm just trying to watch Clueless for the, like, 1,500th time, and all I hear is you moaning.
Yeah, well, I gotta be honest with you, Kat. One time I lived with a construction worker. I
Oh.
lived with a construction worker in the Bronx. And let
Oh.
me tell you, this guy kind of had a routine. I guess it was like without a wife to bang every night, he like I guess had to end his day with fucking. So he had multiple partners like consistently every night it was a different woman. It didn't matter like if she was a midget or you know like a real big girl or like whatever. He just had to have it. And there were so many nights that I pleasured myself because he was hot. He wasn't bad. Like, he wasn't like I didn't blame any of these girls for getting with him. And there were many a nights where right in the room next to him, and the best part was this, there was no door. There was no door to the room that I was in, pleasuring myself in. So the possibility of him finishing and all of a sudden darting out of the room and going to the bathroom, which was directly in my line of sight where I was doing my thing, the thrill of it all used to make those some of like the best
Oh my gosh, the
experiences, if
thrill
you
of
know what I
getting
mean.
hot. The thrill of getting
Yeah.
hot is like so ooh, like,
Yeah.
"Oh, is someone gonna see me here?"
Mhm, mhm, uh-huh, uh-huh, and, like, a lot of the times, like, I couldn't, like, really be, like, completely, like, out, you know?
Yeah.
But there would be some times where I would do that just so that if he came out of the room, I'd have to, like, really get it up fast and be like, "Oh, I'm just playing Nintendo Wii. Oh, don't look over here, just playing Nintendo Wii." You know?
I'm saging my house of all these profanity demons in here right now.
Yeah, yeah. I got sage. That's all it is.
And a pure
Word,
sock.
word. One time he almost caught me though. He almost caught me one time.
One
But
time.
we never really spoke of it. Um, but yeah, yeah. I'm really into the voyeur and the watching and the hearing of people. Um, it gets me off.
Hey, I think whatever gets you off is perfectly fine and normal.
Yeah. It's we're all humans and we all have these thoughts, and the taboo that makes it so not free is you know, not being able to express the things that you like because you think you'll be shunned.
Oh no, I like my thing is like there's a thing for everything. Like no matter what, someone's out there pleasuring themselves to it. That
Yeah,
is for sure.
yeah. That's part of what gets me off about being Larry Legend because I know some of those motherfuckers out there are jerking off or popping their pussies. They get
Now
I mean, come on, you and I are probably two of the most attractive ones of XPW. That appeal to a large demographic of fucking people.
fucking people,
So
fucking people. I'm
exactly.
actually in our
Yep.
sex room.
Yep.
So if it looks like
Oh,
I'm
nice.
like in some, I don't know, hostage house, I'm not. Oh no. There's no links. Larry, there's no links.
How do I watch this?
How does Robert Black watch this?
Oh, okay. You know what? I think that when I was, hold on, because I think when I was doing it, it was like saying, like, do you want this to be unlisted?
Oh no.
Hold on. I think it might be unlisted because I see no one like watching. Hold on.
Oh my god.
This is a trial run. It's
Well,
still a good
yeah.
conversation.
I mean, that's all you guys could have said was it's just like this is our trial run. We're gonna work out the kinks, if you will.
If you will. I don't know why Larry is frozen.
Oh my
We're
god.
live and he's frozen.
Yeah, but you're live, but you're not being
Do you
beamed
have
out.
your phone on you to
Yeah.
go back and forth with Larry Legend?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on. I think
We're still live.
I
Oh man,
published
I
this. I
see.
published it
Okay,
unlisted.
hold on. I guess you can't tell. Whatever. Larry did freeze. Oh my gosh. I
Oh,
think
people are
I
okay.
think
So
we're
okay,
live.
okay,
I don't know. I think we have to now.
okay.
Are we live? Are we recording? Are we recording?
So, John, share the stream because I think you have to have the link. You have to have the link to watch. So if you could just share it with everybody, like on all avenues, so that other people can join the conversation. Because right now it's just you, and I know Gins. I know Gins wants to watch.
Oh my gosh. Do we have to redo our intro or did you record everything?
It's our
Did you are we recording though? I mean, I know we're live.
All right, Johnny Richter's about to share the link. John's about to share the link. We're definitely live. But I think I published it unlisted. So unless you have the link, you can't join us.
Why are we unlisted? You don't want us to be seen?
I think I was afraid when we were doing the preview, when we were doing that, I was going to be like previewing it live. So I did it unlisted.
Did Major take his vitamins? He did.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I like how now I have a me. You realize I have a me now because how I would like just barge in on the Rob Black show anytime I please. Now I have Rob Black barging in on all whole
Now
show.
Rob's just going to come in and be like, the fuck are you doing?
And this is a
listen,
18 plus show and he's asking about the kids.
Oh, you took my diet soda too. Dude.
There's still
You
one
can get
in
another
there.
one.
Dude.
I'm sure you have other ones.
All right. Are you guys live?
We are live.
We're live,
Richter
but
is in
I
the
published
Talking
it
Show.
unlisted.
I tweeted it. I tweeted it, and you can retweet it. You can go.
Hi, Rob.
Hi, Larry. Look at my tiny teeth.
I see them.
Yeah,
I also see your
what do you
head
say?
is spelt.
Spelt attack?
Yeah, listen to me. All right, so you guys are on.
Yeah.
We're on.
So I could get a
So
link.
We're
take
on,
that
but we don't
link
have
that I
any
tweeted out
viewers.
and like blast it, please.
A link you
Let me share it one more time.
It's on Twitter, right?
Yeah.
Tell everybody now. Make sure you tell everybody this is just a trial. This is like your
We're
guys.
figuring things out
Yeah.
on YouTube.
And don't be fucking and tell people don't be fucking retarded.
No. All right. So everyone, while Larry is frozen once again, but this is All Holes Filled, the premiere of the No Holes Left Behind podcast with Kat Martini, which is moi, and the great Larry Legend, who is absolutely legendary. He is frozen right now because he is, I think, sharing the link with everybody on the socials. So we shall see what happens there. But in the meantime, if you are watching the podcast and you're watching us and you want to chime in with whatever kind of crazy stories or turn on or turn offs or this and that, you want to ask any kind of question, do it. Because there is no shame. There is no being nervous around us because me and Larry literally are the most probably sexually active people. No, I'm joking. No, but we are very sexually open. Hey, what's up? I'm just
Hey,
going off. I'm just kind of giving
I heard
everybody
you.
what we are.
I heard you. I heard you. Can I?
Now that
Yes.
you're not frozen, go, baby.
Kat and I are very sex positive. Okay, there is no shame. There is no shame in loving yourself, in loving who you're with, and asking questions.
Mhm.
You know, and for those of you just joining us, we were saying, that this idea kind of sprang from all of the talk that the Rob Black show would spin off into, and a lot of it would be sexually charged, humorous, and kind of questioning talk.
Mhm.
So let's fill those holes.
Let's fill them all. They
Yeah.
all need to be pumped and filled and
Yes.
just let loose.
Yes. Yeah. So,
Because as much as we
yeah,
like tight
please.
holes, everyone loves a nice loose hole too.
Yeah, I mean, a loose hole can be a lot more fun than a tight one.
Or you make the tight one loose and you're like, see what I did there?
There you go. Yeah, make that hole gape.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Nice
fill it.
and wide.
Yeah.
And fill it, yes. When we were talking about turn-ons, I think that is so hot. I think whenever you like see somebody coming in a gaped asshole, it's like, that's pretty hot. Like, I like that.
Yeah. I think there is something that's also very hot about a freshly gaped hole. Cause it didn't start out that way, and you had to work. You had to work on that hole to get it gaping. So I as well enjoy that. It's like the aftermath. Like to me, like coming upon a used condom was always kind of like, yo, what happened here? Like, what the
I know.
fuck happened here? I mean,
Yes.
clearly we know what happened.
And then sometimes it's like in the most random
Thank you,
spot
Johnny.
too. It's like in the most random spot. You're just like minding your own business and you're like hiking, then all of a sudden, in part of the mountain, there's Like, really, you're that like turned on by the mountains? Like, nature really
Yeah.
pissed me off.
I mean, I'm all for it. You want to know another thing that has kind of always turned me on since I kind of became aware of like sex and like public sex. This might sound really weird, but I've always been turned on by discarded mattresses.
That are like ready to be thrown out.
Well, the ones that are waiting to get picked up. And depending on like some neighborhoods, like, in New York, they'd be out there for a while, So I would like all the time be like, wow, someone could just like be like, let's fuck on this, like, randomly. So I always like just loved like a random mattress on the street.
Yes, you know how many times those words have probably came out of my mouth whenever I be driving, I'm like, "Let's go pick up that mattress, it doesn't look used."
Yeah. And when it's a stabbing, cushion. Let's do it. Or
God.
or sometimes I fantasize like about like would someone ever be in a position where they're like, hey, this street's pretty empty. Come on, let's just go fuck on this mattress, like, and try to get it in real quick, before like other people came around.
Or, like, the anticipation of other people coming around. But what if, like what if somebody else had the same idea and you're walking to the mattress and all of a sudden you see someone else, like another couple, and you're just like, "I guess we're all just gonna fuck on this random mattress."
Well, I mean, cat, birds of a feather, you and I very sex positive people. If I was with my partner and had that idea and we saw another couple and could size them up and be like, oh, y'all were coming to do this too? Well, fuck this outdoor shit. Come on, let's go back and just, are you down? I'm down. He's
Oh my
down.
or whoever, is the bottom, the top will just be like, "Let me show you how to work it." And then they compare, like, in the middle of,
Yeah.
like, the street instead of fighting, you drive by and you're like, "Are there 4 people fucking over there?" "Yeah, yeah, there
Oh,
is."
God, what a world. What a world it would be. But, not everybody is responsible enough to like do the like consensual, if we had that free of a reign, some people would just be like, I'm
Yeah.
taking what I want. That guy's doing it. I can do, so as much as we'd love or we think a world like that would be like just a candy land, someone would fuck it up. Hey, I see we got a
Oh, of
couple more
course.
viewers.
What? Oh,
We
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
yeah, sorry.
Oh my god. Yeah, no, I actually do like the public, obviously, because I am into voyeurism, but I do like, the whole public, like, "Oh my gosh, someone can see us" type vibe because it gets everything going. It makes everything hotter too, and when it's more spontaneous. Like, I know
Yeah,
people like to role play it, but when you make it super spontaneous, you're just like, "Okay, whatever, let's go, let's do it."
yeah. What's
Have you ever had sex in a public place?
I was actually just thinking the same thing to ask to you, and I was thinking about the times that I have. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did as a New Yorker, as a young New Yorker in my 20s, because I lived in New York from 21 to 31. I really experienced a lot of liberation of just like the types of things that you could do and experience with others. So yeah, I had sex on a Brooklyn rooftop, on a
Mm,
rooftop in Brooklyn, and I had sex in a club, like in an
mhm,
actual club, of
mhm.
course. And I also had sex on a train platform. And you want to know something about all of those times? Every time I was a top.
Wow!
Yep.
Look at that.
I was in a long distance relationship with a guy from Baltimore, and he just doted on me. He just doted on me, like just bought me all these things, treated me like a fucking prince.
Oh.
And I knew that he wanted, and I don't know what it was. It was just the publicness of it all and his eagerness to get this dick that I gave it to him 3 different times publicly. And this was all during one weekend. This was no, no. The roof was one, and the club and the platform were another.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
I had the guy I dated when I was in college. That movie Leatherheads with George Clooney just came out, and so it was literally like the biggest flop of a movie. So we went to go see it, and there was like nobody in the theater. So we were just like, "All right, let's just go." So right there, I just hiked up my skirt, and then we banged in the theater. And then I realized there was somebody like a row in front of us, but like more. And I'm like, I wonder if they like turned around at all. It was like, but I was 18, so whatever.
So I as well. Another public space for me has been the movie theater. Mine was Jennifer's Body.
Oh,
We went to
I
see
love that movie.
Jennifer's Body. Yeah, and
Oh, I bet that movie got you going. Leatherheads is like just a random movie, but freaking Jennifer's Body, she's eating the boys. She's like, ah, you're like, oh,
well, I mean, yeah, we didn't get much of the movie. We didn't watch much of it because this guy was like a real like Christian, like he was like a church boy. Um, and we went to the movie specifically to have a place to do something like in the dark. He couldn't really like come to my place, because his family was very strict and would want to know what are you doing.
yeah.
So yeah, we went to the movies, and I have a question for you. For your guy, did you ride him or did you guys get on the floor?
Oh, not on the floor. I just reversed it. So
Okay, reverse cowgirl.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
his favorite. If Robert is watching this, he's gonna be like, oh, last thing I want to hear about. Wow.
Well,
But me, every time I'm like, "Robert, tell me this time," and he's just like, "Yeah, well," and then it's like complete opposite.
well, I don't know. I like to use my imagination. So, like, when you're telling me that story about you, I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, oh, was it like me? So mine was on the floor because
Love it.
this guy was like a complete virgin, and he didn't know how to receive it. Coincidentally, this was another time I was a top. He didn't know how to, so I had to like basically, you know, get on him and like, have his
Oh, yeah,
body.
because you were a top for a little bit.
Well, I was older. I was older as well. So this guy
Okay.
was like, I've been with a lot of younger guys that have taught me, but I've also been with a lot of younger guys who know nothing. So I have to. So yeah, that was Jennifer's
Which
Body on Second Avenue, and we did it in the balcony. So like when I say on the floor, like we were in the first row up against the balcony,
oh,
and
I
we
see.
just like yeah, we just got down right there in front of the balcony.
Yeah,
It was great.
I like that.
Yeah.
How many people were in there?
Well, up on the balcony, I don't think there was anybody. I think everyone. It was also kind of like not a full theater. Like it was like a afternoon. Like I'm pretty sure he met me right after school. Like and like
Yeah.
you know, I think I really did want to see it, but I also was very anxious and eager to see him.
Now every time you see the movie, you just, like, think
Oh,
about
absolutely,
that time.
absolutely. Yeah,
I
there
know.
are songs. There are songs that do that too.
Yeah. I mean, music is just very powerful in that way.
Yeah.
Very powerful. But, the same college boyfriend, we also did it in a park, in a, like, neighborhood park. And so there was, like, this park, like, in my area, and it was surrounded by all these houses, and we just did it. I think he was I think that's how I got into the whole public thing because he was into it. So I was like, all right,
Yeah,
whatever. I'm
yeah,
down. I don't care. And then I'm down with whatever. I just like having fun. I'm just like, oh, you wanna do this to me? Oh, you wanna take me here and do it? Let's go. I'm down. I'm down
yeah,
for a good time. I'm no
yeah.
prude.
You're a good time gal.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just like
I'm
me.
good time Kate.
Yeah. Well,
For a good
Larry's
time.
always down for a good time. Hey, shout out to anyone that's watching. I've seen our numbers fluctuate between 4 and 6.
I know.
We appreciate that. We appreciate every last one of you and the comments. Gin said that we popped our cherry. It looks good and sounds good. So thank you for that
Good.
feedback, Ginsey. And I saw Johnny Richter, he got the word out for us. So thank you, everyone. If there's anything you want us to talk about or anything you want to ask us, do it in the chat. We'll respond.
We'll respond, yes. Oh, okay. So I wanna know, when did you start being more curious about liking guys more than girls?
Very, very, very young.
So you knew yourself, like,
Um,
you weren't like, "Oh, this is me, this is what I like."
no, no, it was very, very, very young. As a matter of fact, I can remember being taken because my grandmother was really wanted me to have like a private school education in Baltimore. Like she really wanted that. So like I remember as a small child being taken around to like all these different schools to like tour them to like see like I guess my parents were like talking about tuition and I was like looking at all the kids and I remember there was one private school that was predominantly like white and at the time I'm talking like cat 4 5, so we're talking like pre-K into kindergarten. And I remember that after I toured the one school, I went back home and my grandmother was like, "Oh, what'd you think of this school? How was it?" And I was like, "Mm-mm, Grandma, some of them white boys look so good. I just wanted to kiss them." And I'll never forget saying that to my grandma at like 5 years old. And my grandmother was like, "No, no, no, we don't kiss boys." And
Mm.
I was like, "Oh, I know, but some of them looked so good that I would." And she was like, "No, that's not what we do." So I remember having that train of thought so young, like little. And then Fred Savage and the Wonder Years came into my life. And seeing a kid on TV that I clearly could tell was acting like adults, but
Mhm.
like doing it right, like made him godlike in my eyes. I was like, this kid is like gotta be the smartest kid in the world to be like on TV and doing it so good. And I just had the biggest crush on Fred Savage in the Wonder Years. And then right after that, Macaulay Culkin. And then it was a done deal. By the time the first Home Alone came out, I was like, okay, going all the way back to like going and touring the private schools and wanting to kiss the white guys and telling my grandma about it, to Fred Savage and just being in awe of him, to Macaulay Culkin and another, like, oh my God, I love this guy. I knew all the way back then that there was an inkling of like, I want to be with guys because they are what I like.
Now, were you with the guy for your first time, or was it with a girl?
I mean, like virginity, like
Yeah,
actual
like
virginity.
yeah.
No, it was a guy. The first
Oh.
time when I lost my virginity, it was with a guy. I done pretty much everything with girls besides stick it in, but no. I never sealed the deal with any of my like, you know, finding yourself girls, 16, 17, 18, those girls never. And I was a late bloomer too. I didn't lose my virginity till I was 19. So, yeah.
That
Um
so do you remember your first time?
of
Were
course
you a top or a bottom your first time?
I was a bottom.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone or you, Kat, have looked in my OnlyFans, but I'm pretty well endowed. So I have realized that a lot of guys back earlier didn't want to be the bottom because they thought that I was going to hurt them.
Hey, man.
Because being inexperienced, a lot of the times in the homosexual, when you're don't know about the difference between a vagina and a gluteus minimus, it's like you might try to attack the gluteus minimus with the same vigor that you would a vagina, and that is not good. That is not good when you're little. When you're little, literally, it's like you need someone that's experienced that knows how to open you up. So
Yes, get you
yeah,
real relaxed.
yeah, with a little tongue massage, if you will,
If you
you
will.
know.
Yeah, I remember the first time. Oh my god, the first time I had anal.
That's what I was gonna ask you about. If I'm telling you about my first time as a bottom, you got to tell me about your first time doing anal.
So my first time doing anal was with my high school boyfriend, and we just graduated high school, so it was like we're both legal, so don't worry, we're both 18, and we went to Vegas because his aunt and her husband were like VPs of Luxor and MGM and all that. So we went to Vegas and visit them, and we stayed at the Luxor, and we just got back from the pool, and we took a shower, and he stuck it in, and he was already thick as it was, and I was still kind of like inexperienced, and we didn't know what we were doing. This was like the first time for both of us, and he literally just plops it in, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, get out of me. Like, get out of me right now. And I just like start crying, and I get out of the shower, and I wrap the towel, and I go in the bed. He's like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, and I didn't do it for like 3 years after that.
No, 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 no. That initial. I don't know even what you call it. Breaking of the behymen, not the hymen, but the behymen is excruciating. It's excruciating.
And like I said,
And even what do you? What
I
are
was
you
just
gonna say?
saying, like I said, we both didn't know what we were doing, and it's not like slipping it inside the vagina. So it's definitely not that.
Chris 223689 said, "What is this? This is all holes filled with Cat and Larry. We're talking sex education. Thanks for joining us, Chris. In particular, we were just talking about anal sex and our first times, both Kat and I, and how excruciatingly painful of an experience it was. And that's important things to talk about.
I know. And, like, I
Yeah.
think people don't realize that. They just go, "Oh."
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Kat. Like Rob, for example, chiming in that how can you do it? Isn't there shit everywhere? Thinking in his straight mind, even though he's been involved in porn, so clearly there have been anal sex scenes where there's not shit everywhere. But in his mind, like when gay guys are doing it, it's just like shit flying all over the place. And there can be like some guys are actually into that,
Yeah.
you know? But it's not always that way, and
No.
that's why we're having these conversations.
No, and that's the funny thing is, like, people are always afraid, "Oh, am I gonna poop? Or what if there is poop?" So, from, like, both sides. And it's like, not necessarily. Like, you don't have to go and do, an enema for an hour to flush everything out to do anal. It's like, once you're it's a muscle, so once it's
Yeah,
relaxed, it's just you know, it's
yeah.
easy. And,
It's
like
it,
and the fact that Robert doesn't believe me that the butt has natural lube, I guess you can say, it's like,
mhm.
but what do you think happens when we poop? That's why it's so and it's not the the fecal matter itself that's lubing it, it's just we have natural, like, our
Lubricants.
bodies.
All you All you gotta do is tell Rob Black inside of your mouth. All this stuff inside your mouth, and then the inside of your pee pee hole, all
Yep.
that stuff, it's right up your butt. After you get past the flesh, all that mucous membrane shit is up your butt,
Yep.
and it feels good to stick your dick in there,
Yeah. And also
regardless
too
of the doo doo.
and also too, like, anal isn't that bad. It really isn't.
No,
It's
no,
really like, people
I
are
love it.
literally, like, terrified. So I have 2 friends. One is one of our friends, and then my best friend, Justine, that I know for 13 years, completely, like, never gonna happen anal. Not even a finger, maybe a little tongue, but, like, that's it. And I'm just like,
Hmm.
"How can you not try it once?" And it's like, "Oh, I because of poop and because of this and because of that, and it just hurts," and I'm like, "That terrifies me." And I'm just like, "Come on. You're only gonna have 1 chance in life to do it. Why not just take it?"
Yeah, I mean, it's I still want to be like I still want to be pegged. Like I'm looking for like the right woman that's into that and into me enough and I'm into her enough to like try that just because it's not really anything that I ever wanted, but who knows how liberating of a thing that might be. I know that when it comes to women, I'm into very aggressive women. Like when I've worked in retail, managers who kind of like snap at me and are like, like do this, do that, like and like just like not with the pleasantries. A lot of the times I hate them, but I also really want them. Like there's something about that discipline from them that makes me like be like, "Oh, I wanted to do that to me in bed." But there's the barrier because like if I'm with a woman, she's probably wanting me to do that to her in bed. But like if you can reverse those roles and
Mhm.
she's giving it to me, it's like that might be
I'm
something that I'm really like hoping to settle down with a woman that could be down for pegging. I know some of the guys in our industry get down with the peg,
Of
and I'm
course.
trying to find out. I'm not trying to have lived this life without having tried everything once that I wanted to try.
Yeah. I've done that many moons ago. I've pegged lots of guys and girls. Lots of girls. But I'm really good at the pegging thing, and I can
So
be very aggressive.
do you as the pegger, are there like strap-ons that as you're pegging can also pleasure you?
Yes, there are.
See that
But
is
I
what I would
don't
be
use it.
into.
But I don't
What's
use it.
that?
I don't
You don't
use
use that?
those. I don't use those like I do it now. I don't. But I never used one um because watching that action will get me off naturally. So it's just
See,
it's
and
hard.
I would be wanting to come together, which uh I actually think it's only happened one time in my relationship life where me and my partner have come like together. I
Yeah.
would be really into that with a woman.
Oh, I feel like this is like just so like romantic in a way. I don't know why.
Oh, I got my red light on. I got my red glasses on. It's I set the
Like
mood. It should be a little romance because
I yeah,
that's what gets your fire going.
I know, but yeah, like when I'm like, oh my gosh, oh, because it's just like that sounds so like sweet, and I don't mean it in like a condescending way. Like I
Yeah.
because I am very sex positive, and I'm just like, oh, whatever you like, I like it. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm open to everything. Like it doesn't, nothing phases me at this point at
Right on.
all.
So, hey, we haven't really set any kind of like parameters for this show. So, do you want to go for like a good solid hour for
Yeah,
our first
that's what
one,
I
and
was
then
assuming that we
yeah,
could
let's go a
do.
good solid hour because we could talk about sex all night.
I
You
know we
know.
could. We literally would like just talk about it all night, and then there won't be any more show because we used it all.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's save something, and get the sharing. together, and we'll join y'all again. But I just want to say that right now because we're kind of getting close to the hour of talking. People
Yes.
have joined us. Yeah. What else?
Are we planning on doing this stream weekly or monthly?
Well, that's a great call out. I don't know, Kat. I do a lot of things, and so do you. You're a mom. I kind of help out with my mom and my sick aunt. We do the
Yeah.
shows. You're always on the Rob Black show. I'm always doing the Boulevard Bullies versus the World. So we should figure that out. I
I
mean,
know.
looks like the most people we got in here was about 8. But this is the premiere.
Yes.
What do you think?
Hey, I could talk about this every night, but we can maybe weekly or bi-weekly. We just put a date in the calendar and then
So if we start by, that would mean next one would be the weekend of our next show, Halloween Hell Night 4. So
are you working that Friday?
no.
Should we do it Thursday or Friday?
All right. Everyone in the chat is saying Sunday. They like Sunday, 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 and they're saying weekly or at least by.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we got people in here, I think Sunday might be our sweet spot, you know?
Yeah.
It's just that we wouldn't be able to do it next Sunday because of our show.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Cuz next weekend
It's
are
Carnage
you
Cup.
are you doing
Yeah,
IWAB South?
yeah. I'll be
That's
down there.
next weekend.
That's next weekend. I'll be
Yeah.
down there for that.
So you'll be there and then the following weekend is our show. So we could always pre-record so then we can put it out. So it will be live but pre-recorded and then we'll just put it out
And
Sunday.
then we'll publish it. Yeah, we'll publish it. We won't have the interactive chat, which I love. I
Yeah.
love the chat. I love seeing what people say. And I think that's really going to be a sweet spot for the both of us when we kind of like field questions, and everyone's
Yeah.
brave enough to ask us.
And also too, because we do I do Rob Black show, we can always build content through there without giving too much away.
I think that we have room to grow. I
Yeah.
think we've got room to grow, and we're talking about it right now, which means we're gonna be successful with it. But let's use our last 12 minutes for some more sex positive talk.
Yes. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna give you 5 questions,
Okay.
and they're not gonna be hard unless you
Oh,
want
but I
it
like it
to
hard.
be. Unless you want it to be.
No, go ahead. Just do you. I like
All
it
right.
soft and hard.
Top or bottom? Your preference,
My
top or bottom?
preference.
Hmm.
My preference is being receiver. I like to bottom.
Okay. So there's one.
Okay.
Are you into gaping or prolapsing?
Gaping.
Do you have a safe word?
No.
By choice or you have a certain set for every partner that you're with?
I have never been with a partner that has not been able to. I'm very vocal. I'm
Okay.
very, very, very vocal. So like, just listen to the words that I'm saying and react to them, which is just like wrestling fans. Listen to the words I'm saying and react to them.
Do you like it at your house, their house, or in anywhere place?
I like it at their house.
Because you
I
like to
like
leave on
going.
your
I
own
like
terms.
going. Yeah, I like going. I like the element of danger.
Oh,
Yeah, I do. And that used to be kind of a thrill during my thoughting days in New York City is going to different places and navigating them and like checking out this place and where I'm gonna leave if I've got to get out of here if things go sour, you know.
And
Yeah, I like going to their place.
and besides pegging, what is your biggest fantasy right now?
Um, well, I mean, I wouldn't say pegging is my biggest fantasy. I guess it is a fantasy, but I'd say I guess my biggest fantasy is live sex show.
Okay, that's not.
So a private live sex show. For example, I'm not gonna name any names, but just for the sake of all holes filled, if I could watch you and Rob Black, like in that room that you're in right now, that I have a lot of people that I would be like, yo, if you're down, you won't even notice me there. I'll just be like, you'll just see the cherry of my cigarette in the corner. Can you handle that?
I'm actually in the process. So this is the sex room. For anybody that didn't catch that earlier, this is the sex room.
Yeah.
But I have like a leather bench that I'm gonna put in front of it. I gotta find a St. Andrew's cross. So I'm gonna get a St. Andrew's cross, I'm gonna put it against the one soundproof wall. And then I have a dresser in front of me and I gotta fill it up with new toys and stuff. I actually found that I'm gonna have to wear soon because I never worn it before. But a maid outfit.
Nice.
So I gotta do some dressing up so the homeless lady can take a rest. Because that's what's been going on right now. It's the
Yeah,
dirty,
Rob
raunchy,
likes to, yeah,
fuck me any way possible
because I'm
homeless lady.
homeless. I'm homeless. What a silly Billy.
I think he got tired of me going, yes, daddy.
Well,
And he's
there's
like,
an
we
old
gotta change
saying.
this up a bit.
Yeah, variety's the spice of life, you know. That's hot. So Johnny Richter said, "Go to Amsterdam, Larry. I've seen that in Amsterdam." Oh no, 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 my friend. I don't want to just watch random people. There are people. I used Rob and Kat as an example because I know them
Hmm.
and the possibility of me being around them and them being so aroused that they don't even care that I'm in the room. They fuck. I know people like that. And I'm not like trying to sow the seeds or weave myself into, oh, so can I just crash to do my little voyeur thing? Is, there are people that I know that are in my life that if they were like, I don't care if you watch, I would be like, yes, fucking yes. I've been waiting to fucking watch you forever. Like, so, it's not just randos, it's actual, like Giddens and his wife. Another example. I'm not
Hmm.
saying that I do, but there are people that I know. I know how they act, and I would love to watch fuck.
I know. Watching people fuck is fun
No,
though.
you're good, John. You don't gotta apologize. We're just chewing the shit.
But yeah, so those are my 5 questions.
Okay. Well, I feel like that. If you gave me five, yours were loaded. You had yours loaded for bear. I didn't. But I can fire all five of them.
That's what I did. I just came up with 5 questions on the top of my head.
Okay. Um. So here are your five.
Okay.
Uh. Uh. Riding or doggy.
Doggy. I like the butt. I like moving with it.
I like. I like that rhythm too. I like
Mhm.
riding that rhythm. I like coming to that rhythm with your partner
Yes,
and like doing it for like so long that you're tired.
it's the best.
Yeah, exhaustion. Okay. That was one. Two. What is who are the most amount of people that you've been engaged in sex with at one time?
Like an orgy or something.
Yeah, the most amount of people involved.
Hmm. 12?
Oh my God, that
Hey
is
man,
so
what
hot.
happens in Vegas?
That's so hot. That's so
Yeah.
hot. Wow, I got some growing to do. I got some growing to do. Okay, you can opt out of this one if you want, but since I revealed mine, how old were you when you lost your virginity?
Oh, I was way underage. No, but honestly,
Okay, you want to just
no, I was 14 when I lost my virginity. I lost
that is
it. It was a peer pressure thing because I was the only one in my friend group that was still a virgin. And so I kind of like was like, all right, I'll lose it. So it wasn't to like a boyfriend or somebody that I really cared about. So it was just one of the guys that we all hung out with. So I lost my virginity to a friend. So stupid. Whatever. I was like, I'm tired.
yeah.
I want to
I
lose
mean,
it
I
one
lost
way
my
or another.
virginity to a friend. I lost my virginity to a friend, but we fooled around a lot before I let him actually do it, and
Yeah.
you know, so yeah, friends can be good. All right, what was that? 3 or 4?
Free.
Okay, so here comes 4. All right, what is your fantasy besides just being a voyeur or a female pimp? What's a fantasy of yours right now you got going?
I want to be kidnapped. I want to be tied up. And I want to be forced to orgasm. That is my fantasy.
Wow. There yeah. There yeah. That is yeah, there are a lot of weird things that I find hot. And we'll get into some of that on future episodes, but I'm just gonna say I clear my browser history every time because some of the rabbit holes I go down, I people would be like, "Oh my God, is Larry like a dangerous man?"
No.
Like, yeah, exactly, and that's what All Holes is about. You're not dangerous
No.
because elements of that are what get us off and turn us on. So,
That is a.
uh,
Everyone's like, what the fuck?
I know they should be. That's what this is all about. All right, I got my last one. When getting to know yourself, are
Mhm.
you a toy or like just your fingers? Like, are you always? What is your preference?
Um, both. I'm more of a like when I do it myself, I can only come from my clit. I can't like I don't come eternal like it's really I think because the way you touch yourself is completely different than the sensitivity of someone else touching you. So I can only masturbate with my clit, so I use vibrators and my fingers. Just depends on how quick I want to come.
So I have a reveal. I am the same way about like lubricant when jerking off. Like I
Oh,
know that if I'm using lubricant, I'm coming very quickly.
hmm,
So I like dry because I know I can make it last. I can like edge better and like just like really build it up.
yep.
So
You know
yeah,
what? I come quicker with my fingers than I do my vibrator.
yeah, yeah. You know exactly what to do to yourself and just get
Yeah.
it done real quick.
Yeah. So, and then it depends on what I feel like watching.
Oh yeah.
But I feel
Every
that
once in a
like
while I
now.
challenge myself just to use my imagination. I will challenge myself sometimes just to like remember what it was like before you had all the things to look at like instantly.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know, I
like
used to
but I like edging. Like
us.
edging's a very like sexy thing. So I can make myself come easy, not by looking at anything. So why do that? It seems kind of boring. So I like the whole tease factor to where when I feel myself, and I have silent or this is really strange. I have silent orgasms when I come. But we'll talk about that on another day. This is All Holes Filled. Follow us on Instagram at All Holes Filled.
We gotta come up with a
with the undercoat.
fucking
Yes,
thing.
we're gonna
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. Like
We're gonna
something
do it.
like, or like, you know, we'll figure it out.
But yes,
Hey, I mean that was a perfect outro. Thank you all for joining us.
yes, thank you guys, and we
And
will
we're
see
gonna figure
you.
out how to end this. I guess when I end it, we're saying goodbye to each other.
Yes, bye,
Bye.
bye.
Mwah.
Mwah.